dream, there it was that the snake was just grabbing the butt and pulling the guy into the toilet as it was, I don't know. This is one of those dreams. Well, we're going to go for a break here in a second, but before I do, a woman swipes a stroller in front of a store. Where you haul the kids around on. And she takes off with her baby in the stroller that she just stole, but left one of her kids behind and forgot about him.
Oh, what'd she do? Trade one in for that? For the stroller? That is just bizarre. She probably figured she needs the stroller for the young one. Hey, you stay here. If I get caught, I'm trading you in for the stroller. I don't know. It's just weird.
I know. Well, we'll be back in about 3 minutes with James and myself, and we'll be talking crazy, wacky news for the year end. And then at 7:05, Timothy Cullen comes on about his implant removal from ETs. So stay tuned.
For a dream, scintillas in the stream, hoping for what's true. I'm trawling for honor in this shallow pool. Borealis starlit crown arches over the Puget Sound. Berenice's hair drapes the horizon to Where is my lucky star tonight? The seventh sister of the Pleiades walks in beauty like the night. Oh, that is best, dark and now lost to me. Only trust in a northern star. That's the only point that's fixed. I once believed in love. Even love cannot bridge this rift. Where is my lucky star tonight? The seventh sister of the Pleiades, who walks in a beauty like the night. All that is best, dark and bright. Now lost to me. Now lost to me.
If you would like to hear Night Dreams Talk Radio on your local radio station, let them know. Tell them to check out www.nightdreamstalkradio.com, and thank you. Do you have a paranormal story you want to share on Night Dreams Talk Radio? You could be a guest. Email us at nightdreamstalkradio@gmail.com.
Coming to you from some far point station, like a cosmic tumbleweed, both north and south of the Pleiades. Here's your host, Gary Anderson.
And wouldn't you believe I got the hiccups soon as I got off the air or during the break. And I'll tell you what, I drank a cup and a half of tea just to stop the hiccups. You know what that's going to mean? About a half an hour, James, I'm going to have to take a potty break.
I don't doubt that. We're going to get you a colostomy bag or something.
I don't know about that, but I can't believe how dumb people are. Seriously, I swear they do the dumbest things I've ever seen, and they think they can just get away with it without getting caught.
You know, you're absolutely right. Some of the stories that come in, just the ones that you've been spooing off, my goodness. You hand a note, says, give me all your money. It's got your name and address on it. Probably handled it with his bare fingers on top of that. Probably didn't even have a mask on. And he probably had reindeer slippers on while he was doing it. But anyway, these people are just not thinking out there.
Yeah, with the name on the back of his hoodie, too. I wouldn't doubt that. That's how crazy people are. Well, a cat turns up 2 years, after the hurricane in Florida. And the sheriff's department said, wow, 2 years later, the cat, comes back to its house. It is one of their oldest, missing cat reports they've ever had.
That is a long time. That's amazing. That's almost like the lady that lost a ring 20 years later, equivalent to that. It's amazing they got their cat back. Usually when cats go, they're very independent. When they leave, they just leave. They don't want to come back. But that one must have wanted to come back.
Yeah, must have. But maybe it didn't like its home and figured after 2 years, living somewhere else, it wanted to come back. Maybe to a different atmosphere. I don't know. A recycling center staff finds nearly, ready for this, $20,000 cash in a box.
Oh, wow. What a surprise. I wonder if it was real or counterfeit.
No, it was real.
Somebody's going to be looking for that. That's a lot of money.
Well, or they passed on and the family members, a lot of times when people pass on, right? They just go through stuff and donate it. And they probably went through, it's nothing in it, just like everything else, right? So they donate it. Hey.
That's true. I bought a whole library out of a house one time, a long time ago, and a lot of the books had antique $2 bills tucked away in them. I'm sure the people didn't know. I forget how many there was, but it was free money. It paid for me it paid for the trip to get in there anyway.
Years ago, friends of one of my kids, they didn't have a mother. She passed on, but then the father, passed on. And they were, going through the house and they needed my son's help. And actually my wife and everybody else was helping them pack stuff up. They were finding $100 bills everywhere. The guy was stashing it like under the bed, behind the bookcases, you name it. They found thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars.
Wow. I'll tell you, that's a place you'd have to go with a fine-tooth comb with that, if he's got money like that everywhere. But, some people, especially the older folk that went through the Depression, they learn to hide things and keep things. They don't trust banks, they never
he wasn't that,
really trusted.
But he wasn't that old, but he was a hoarder. The guy hoarded everything. I remember the guy, he lived so frugal. Even for the daughter graduating high school, it was really bad for her because he didn't, he wanted to go to the thrift store to buy her graduation dress. But the guy, we're talking tens of thousands of dollars. The guy just hoarded away and evidently probably forgot about, too.
Yeah, that's what happens. He probably been doing that so long, hiding so much, probably forgot half the stuff where he hid those $100 bills. And I've been to a house before that was a big-time hoarder, a huge house, and put it like this, there was only room from floor to the ceiling. It was like being in a maze. It was only wide enough for you to walk, and it was this giant house. I'd never seen nothing like it.
I knew somebody one time years ago that I went to visit him and his wife in their apartment. Really nice apartment. But when you went in the front door, you had a foot width to walk. You had to walk like you were Chinese. And you go to the front door and you go down a long hallway. And then you come into the front room and the dining room. It was a nice big, apartment, upper class apartment. But everything was stacked up feet high of whatever, newspapers, product, clothing, you name it, was everywhere. It was just so crazy.
Yeah, I've been in a couple places like that. Even I don't get the old newspapers, but I mean, once you get past a few thousand of them, they're obsolete. I don't know what the purpose of that was, but I've seen so many. Again, from the ceiling to the floor to the ceiling, and just wide enough where you could walk. You couldn't pass somebody. You had to literally back all the way out. There was not room to pass nobody.
No, and the bad thing is too, you're looking at rodents. When you start compiling that amount of stuff, of newspapers and clothing, you're inviting these rodents like mice and rats coming in your house. And on top of it, you go into the guy's kitchen, and they were living on pizzas and stuff like that because they probably didn't do dishes in 3 years. I tell you, I gagged. And, what can I say? I just never saw anything like that. Well, a Lord of the Ring-inspired fan in North Carolina, builds a Lord of the Rings house.
Oh, I haven't seen that movie, so I don't know what that would look like, but I got a feeling it would look like either a castle or one of them little peasant shacks.
Well, an Australian couple, they went to load their dishwasher. Guess what they found? A deadly, highly deadly snake that made its residence in the dishwasher.
Wow, now that's scary. Australia's got some of the deadliest spiders and snakes you can imagine. I'd be scared to even get around washer and dryers in Australia, but listen, makes sense to me. I know, I guess you'd have to poke a stick in there before you reach your hand in there.
I don't know. How many people put a stick in their dishwasher to make sure that there's no poisonous snakes? But I don't know. But again, don't forget, they have that big fire that's been going on. So who knows what has migrated into different areas that, we're now calling home. Well, in Australia, a kanda, how do you pronounce that little bear? They're like a Koala. Koala, okay? Approaches a cyclist for a drink of water.
Oh, yeah, I've seen several stories about that and people saving them. And them fires is really getting them close to being what they call virtually extinct because of their environment and their habitat, and it's killed a lot of them. Because they're not, they're not the fastest moving of animal. And some of them fires with the winds, they can just overtake them, and the poor little guys are done for.
Now, there was one that was on the news here just recently that, the lady went and rescued her, the little critter, and, it was badly burned, but it died. So, yeah. That was on the news. A sheep is wearing a human bra to correct its saggy. Guess what? I'm not even going to say the word. Utters.
Oh boy, that just
where can they find a woman's bra that big?
You know what? That's a good question. Obviously the sheep needed a bra, so they got one. My goodness, that would be a sight for sore eyes. I got to tell you.
Well, again, Tom's one of the craziest wacky news reports for the year. Firefighters rescue a cat from a tree. At the same time they're rescuing their cat from the tree, they're rescuing the owner who's also stuck up on the tree.
People, listen, they love their animals, but that is something. They both got stuck up there. Hopefully they got them both out. I seen one, wasn't too long ago, they was trying to rescue a cat, but it was kind of one of the feral ones, and it kind of like jumped right on the fireman, and he almost fell off the ladder.
Probably. I mean, those feral cats are, they're not friendly. They're not. I mean, we have a cat here. It's a house cat. It's now pushing probably about 10 years old, but it looks like a kitten. It never grew any bigger than a kitten. And it likes hiding. So, I mean, we very ever so often will see this cat. And it's because it hides everywhere. Today we decided, we were going to get our wood stove going. Guess where the cat made his home?